It has been a wild day if you're a first-person shooter fan. First things first, we got the reveal for the new Battlefield game. Which told us that it was going to be indeed called Battlefield 6, and we're going to be getting the full reveal on June 24th, which is in 2 days from now. So we'll be talking about that one then. But then later, just an hour after that, we got the outro cinematic for Black Ops 6 Season 4. Now, this is an interesting one because it kind of wraps everything up, but leaves us with one loose end. And as per usual, as you guys know, I like diving into the story of Call of Duty, and today is going to be no exception. So what I'm going to do is play the outro cinematic for you and then break down some of the things that you may have missed and what it means for not just Black Ops 6, but also Black Ops 7 moving forward as well. So first things first, this is the cinematic.
Yeah.
Woods.
Sev, we'll wheels up to Langley in an hour. Where the hell you at?
Kuzmin broke the code names.
And the Pantheon's scattering like cockroaches. We're going home. Full pardons. No more rogue shit.
You know I was never going with you.
But this is your chance to start over.
No. My chance is right here. Thanks to you, Avalon's factions are vulnerable. They could use someone to guide them into the future.
Thought you were done working from the shadows.
I am. Take care of your people, Woods. I'll see you around.
So the way that this cutscene starts out is interesting. Sevati Dumas is talking on a payphone, which oddly is the way we were introduced to her. However, we were playing as Case and Sevati Dumas was calling us.
Hello, Case. Check under the phone booth.
Now this is oddly when we were first introduced to Avalon as well, which is going to come into play later. But the next thing that we get to hear is from specifically Frank Woods, and he says this.
Pantheon's scattering like cockroaches. We're going home. Full pardons. No more rogue shit.
Now, I can't put into words how dumb this is, but I will explain it nonetheless. You see, in Season 4, at the very beginning, we actually break Victor Kuzmin, or Stitch, out of prison because, well, he speaks Russian. And we use him to break the code that Pantheon has used to disguise all of their undercover agents. We all thought we were going to get to see who those undercover agents were. Well, lo and behold, no, we were not. They completely happened off screen, and we don't get any information on it whatsoever. Even though that was the entire point of the Black Ops 6 campaign, is exposing Pantheon. We never actually get the satisfaction of seeing who it was the entire time, which in my opinion is super, super annoying. Now, in the kind of post-credit scene to Black Ops 6, we see that our rogue Black Ops agents are kind of forced into staying rogue Black Ops agents until Pantheon is discovered. Those are kind of the instructions that Daniel Livingstone, the director of the CIA, actually gives them. Hence why in the post-story scenes in the various different seasons of the game, we see them as rogue Black Ops agents on the outskirts of Avalon. So now Pantheon has been exposed, they have all gone running like cockroaches, and our rogue Black Ops agents, including Adler, Frank Woods, and Troy Marshall, are now no longer rogue Black Ops agents. They're completely pardoned. However, there is one person that does not want to go back to America and does not want to be or really care about being fully pardoned, and that is Sev, or Sevati Dumas.
But this is your chance to start over.
No. My chance is right here. Thanks to you, Avalon's factions are vulnerable. They could use someone to guide them into the future.
Thought you were done working from the shadows.
I am.
For those of you who don't know, I'll make this plain and simple. Sevati Dumas was a part of a crime family by the name of the Guild. Now, the Guild ended up tricking her into killing her husband by the name of Pascal. And ever since then, Sevati Dumas has sworn revenge on the Guild. But after everything that they've done hunting down Pantheon, the crime families in Avalon have started to crumble. So now, specifically, Sevati Dumas wants to rebuild for the future. However, here is what's really weird.
Welcome to the Guild.
So somehow, between the ending of Season 4, whatever Sevati Dumas does next, and the year 2035, which is when Black Ops 7 is going to take place, the Guild, which is a crime family in Avalon, ends up turning into this multi-billion-dollar robotics company somehow. And I'm assuming that is where Season 5 is going to go next. What happens with Avalon and what happens with the Guild, pushing the narrative into the year 2035 somehow. Also, there might be something to do with tying in Emma Kagan, the CEO of the Guild, with potentially Sevati Dumas, as she says she wants to completely rebuild. Specifically,
They could use someone to guide them into the future.
so as Sevati Dumas goes back into Avalon and somehow guides the Guild into the future, what is Frank Woods doing? Well, he specifically said this.
We're going home. Full pardons. No more rogue shit.
And specifically, if you go into the campaign and talk to Frank Woods about what he wants to do when all of this is over, this is the conversation that you have with him.
Even if we clear our names, get out alive. Don't think I can go back to the same life. This thing we got here, this group, it's good in its own fucked up way. No, but I haven't told anyone this yet. With Mason gone, I want to look after his boy, bring him up. I owe Mason that. And that kid, he's a good one. David. He's gonna amount to something someday.
Which then brings us to this scene in Black Ops 2, which you can now know pretty much takes place after the year 1992.
Commander Mason for Sergeant Woods.
I got you, kid. You're okay. What took you so long? Started thinking you weren't gonna make it.
So after Frank Woods comes home, he takes care of David Mason, and then moving forward into Black Ops 7, we then know David Mason is going to be one of, if not the main character within that game, most likely fighting once again the Guild. Believe it or not, we actually got something the other day that kind of tells us a little bit more of what the Black Ops 7 story is actually going to be. But then there is the very ending of the cutscene.
I'll see you around.
So essentially what we are given at the very end here is an overview of Avalon. Now, the reason why I find this so weird is because the overview that they show us here is pretty much the overview that we have already seen in game. If you've ever gone kind of out of bounds on the map Stakeout or any of the Avalon maps, you would know that you can see this kind of overarching landscape. The only difference in this is that this one just has a different lighting. It is darker, but as you can see, the trees aren't fully rendered in, neither are the buildings, and it's much less visually appealing than the version of Avalon that we end up seeing within the Black Ops 7 trailer. So it's very clearly different. Now, we already know that Avalon is going to be a major part of the Black Ops 7 campaign, the co-op campaign open world area to be specific, but I would also guess that if we end up getting Outbreak for zombies, it's probably going to take place there. If they end up adding another big map for Warzone, it once again is probably going to be Avalon. So that is where this tie-in comes. But the question is where do they go with Season 5 here? And essentially what they need to do is take whatever happens next with Avalon and Sevati Dumas and somehow tie it together with the Guild becoming a robotics company and becoming this behemoth that they are within Black Ops 7. So I truly believe that whatever the next cutscene that we get, which could be in the matter of days, is going to explain to us what exactly happens in the story of Avalon between the year 1992 now and 2035. But just to summarize what has happened here, Stitch has successfully taken down Pantheon, eliminating all of the agents within the CIA. The good guys, Frank Woods, Adler, and Troy Marshall, have all been pardoned by the United States, allowing them to go back home. Sevati Dumas is staying behind in Avalon to try to make good of what is left of the crime families. And the next question, and only question that we truly really have, is what is next for Avalon, and how is it going to tie together with David Mason and the Guild moving forward? Those are all the questions. Those are all the answers. If you have any more, feel free to let me know down in the comments. And if you like Call of Duty Story, be sure to be subscribed, turn notifications on. And as always, until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the